California man was told that he had to undergo a full body pat down, and then he flipped on his cell phone recorder. Listen.
So we're going to be doing a groin check. That means I'm going to place my hand on your hip, the other hand on your inner thigh, slowly go up and slide down.
Okay.
We're going to do that 2 times in the front and 2 times in the back.
We can do that out here, but if you touch my junk, I'm going to have you arrested.
Is everyone
We're going to have a supervisor here because of your statement.
Okay. Homeland Security Secretary Janet Napolitano has had this to say about the scanner controversy, saying, quote, "We ask the American people to play an important part in our layered defense. We ask for cooperation, patience, and a commitment to vigilance in the face of a determined enemy." Mo McGowan is a former assistant administrator for the TSA. He was also the agency's director of security operations. And Mo, as we listen to that audio, you know, I think a lot of people might say, at least take the guy out to dinner before you touch him like that. I mean, seriously, is this what people are in for if they refuse to go through the full body scanner?
You know, I think so, Rick. I think that you can expect that. I think that, unfortunately, you know, any of us in these citizens of our country today would probably feel a little bit hesitant about going through a pat down like that. But you know what? Our adversaries are resilient. This is the kind of requirements that we're going to have if we're going to combat their very obvious attempt to continue to target our aviation industry, especially the aircraft themselves.
Some people don't like the full body scanner, sir, because they say it's an invasion of their privacy. I've heard some security experts say it doesn't even work the way that we need it to. And now you hear about the technique that's used in the full body pat down and how graphic it can actually get. You know, I think that there are a lot of people out there who are wondering, isn't there a happy medium? Is there some way for us to keep unsafe passengers off of our flights without this kind of stuff?
You know, that's a great question. I don't think that there is, personally. I mean, I think that, you know, we're not dictating necessarily these events that are occurring. You know, there's the events that are happening across the world. There's intelligence that's driving us to be able to, us as a society, to have to actually go to these measures. I mean, nobody likes having their Fourth Amendment violated going through a security line, but the truth of the matter is, we're going to have to do it. You know, and I always ask this question. If it was your children or your loved one going through there, not you, would you want them to do everything they could to make sure or ensure the safety of that aircraft?
Well, you know, I think that that's an easy question for all of us to answer. We want our aircraft to be safe, especially when we've got loved ones who are flying on it. But here we are, sir. We are approaching what is the busiest time of the year for travel. Folks all over the country are going to be headed to airports and getting ready to board airplanes over the next week or so for their Thanksgiving break. What would, you know, we heard from the Homeland Security Secretary, Janet Napolitano, said, be patient. What would you add to that?
Well, what you have to understand is before you go through these processes at the Transportation Security Administration level, there's a lot of effort into what they call T&E, test and evaluation, to determine not only the equipment, the processes, but also the time in which they have to do it in order to get in where it's effective but efficient at the same time to move the populace through those checkpoints. So there's been a lot of evaluation, I'm sure, already conducted on that effort.
Mo McGowan,
especially going to holiday season.
Thank you very much, sir. Mo McGowan, former assistant administrator for the TSA. Good to talk to you, sir, and happy holidays to you and your family.